for a new adventure, for the world to know who I am. When we're deep in the heat of battle, that's where I'll prove myself again. I think we're ready for a new beginning. When we're united, we can't be stopped. Together we can beat our rivals, Beyblade our way to the top. We will knock you off your feet, prepare for your defeats. Never give up, never give in. We gotta fight for what we believe in. Put through the test, together we'll win. This is the Beyblade Burst Evolution. Never give up, never give in. We gotta fight for what we believe in. Put through the test, together we'll win. Beyblade! 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 Beyblade, Beyblade, Beyblade Burst! Beyblade, Beyblade Burst Evolution! Beyblade, Beyblade, Beyblade Burst! Beyblade, Beyblade Burst Evolution! Let it rip!
So you're a talking Pikachu with no memory who's addicted to caffeine.
This is what a Frenchman would call caliente fiesta.
It's not French.
There's magic that brought us together. And that magic is called hope. We're gonna do this, you and me. Use your body words. Where? Enough of the games. Say it. Just say it!
Pokemon Detective Pikachu, only in theaters May 10th.
Suicide. According to the dictionary, it's defined as the act of taking one's own life. I suspect I'll go through life without ever attempting to commit suicide. Not because of some moral conflict, but as the result of a far more fundamental reason. But let's save this discussion for some other time, because right now, this girl is about to jump. The navy blue ribbon of a first year flutters gently in the wind. This is where the progression in a story takes two strongly diverging paths. Down one path, the protagonist actively participates in the story and aids its progression. Down the other, the protagonist remains passive and allows the story to carry itself. I clearly belonged in the second category, but for some odd reason, I chose to follow the first path.
Excuse me?
I'll admit what exactly I chose to say in that moment, but
More importantly, someone who looks as good in glasses as you do just can't die!
with those words, I laid my heart bare before her. And then, I poured every emotion in my body into my final words.
What I'm trying to say is I love glasses!
How unpleasant. You're no match for me.
Pardon me, but do you think that you could do something about that? Pretty please.
Just what on earth are you exactly?
That's what I should be asking you.
And that is how I met Mirai Kuriyama. But if that was the extent of our relationship, it would probably be impossible for stories to exist in this world of ours. Could you put these glasses on?
孤独な頬を濡らすけど夜明けの気配が静かにして私を空へ招くよ希望が彼方で待ってるそうだよ行くよ迷いながらも君を探すたびすれ違う意識手が触れたいね捕まえるよしっかり求め合う心それは夢の証願いを受け止めるたびに惹かれてく悲しい日々はもういらない互いを受け止めて生きる喜びにきっと二人目覚めるよ迷いながらも君を見つけたよ
A dismembered body, huh?
Just because you kill characters off in the most gruesome way possible doesn't mean it's gonna draw people in.
Well, what do you think the readers would go for?
I think that readers are more interested in the characters' actions than the logic behind them. Personally, I hate it when a writer decides to dismember someone just because they thought it would be cool. Is this better?
Yes, it's fine. Akihito, your senpai and the literary club put their hearts and souls into those scraps of paper. It's rude for you to toy with them like that.
Why is it that I didn't sense a shred of sincerity in what you said just now?
Can you really blame me? You went up to our advisor and bragged about how we'd hit volume 150 without our next anthology. And now we're stuck doing this. Given the current state of our club, you should have known that she was going to tell you to make this commemorative issue a compilation of our club's best works.
That's because you're the one who told me to go talk to her.
How about this one? It's a mystery with a weak motive and a clumsy scientific investigation with an obvious twist.
Do you really have to ask? Just hurry and throw it out already.
This one's a fairy tale, but the premise sounds entertaining.
What's the title?
Red Riding takes off her hood.
How will anyone know who she is?
Mirai Kuriyama?
Probably.
You better not be trying to use her as an excuse to dump all of this work onto me.
I'll be back in just a sec. Huh? Fancy meeting you here, Kuriyama.
Oh, what a coincidence!
Coincidence, huh? Yeah, right! Do you really think I'm gonna fall for that?
How unpleasant.
So what were you doing?
I was...
Wiping your glasses like a genie's lamp isn't gonna make an excuse magically appear.
That's not what I was doing at all!
Oh, really? Then why are you stammering so much?
Because you keep throwing around these wild accusations, Senpai!
Don't you think it's about time you just gave up? Like I already told you, I'm immortal. No matter how many times you stab me, cut me, or slice me, you can't kill me.
What are you talking about?
Don't play dumb with me! Do you realize how many times you stabbed me in the past week alone, Kuriyama?
1, 2...
It takes 2 hands to count them all!
Well, it's your fault, Senpai! I've never heard of someone who was possessed by a Yomu who could take countless fatal blows before!
I've already told you! I'm not possessed by a Yomu. I'm half Yomu. I'm a rare entity born from the union between a human and a Yomu, so get it right!
Does it really matter either way?
What's that?
No matter how many times I stab you, nothing changes.
Listen, you! I'm not some video game cannon fodder!
At any rate, as long as I'm a Spirit World Warrior and you're a Yomu, there's nothing wrong with what I'm doing, and that's that. If you'll excuse me. Ow. How'd it go?
No progress.
me, only me, sexy me, only me, sexy me, I'm on the rocket, give you comfort bliss, I
Long ago, we the gods descended into the world of our children, the humans, in hopes of finding excitement and inspiration. And so, we decided that we would reside here, in the lower world, for the rest of eternity, sealing away our divine powers, and live a modest life, surrounded by all the discomforts of human inconvenience.
Oh, hey!
The only thing we could offer in our earthly state was the blessing. The power to fight and defeat monsters. The children who receive this gift become familia, or a direct relation to the gods. Which means you are now my family. The only member of the Hestia familia. Belle, are you listening? Belle!
You there. Are you all right?
Thank you, ma'am.
What's with that kid? Think he's gonna be okay?
Looks like a rookie made one hell of a rookie mistake.
Okay, so he's just an idiot then.
Miss Ada! Miss Ada!
It's Belle.
I want to know everything there is to know about Miss Eyes Wallenstein, please!
Well, that was foolish. Going down to the 5th floor by yourself wasn't smart. Just going into the dungeon at all without a party is reckless enough. I keep telling you, adventurers do not go looking for adventure.
I know. I'm sorry.
Belle, do you not even realize how lucky you are? You're a level 1 adventurer. 6 months ago, you'd never even been in the dungeon, and yet you still managed to escape a run-in with a Minotaur.
Yeah.
Anyway, I'm happy that you're safe. But please be more careful, okay? Oh, and try not to run all over town covered in blood, okay?
Right. Listen, do you know anything about Miss Eyes or what?
Miss Eyes? You mean Lady Wallenstein? The woman who had to swoop in and rescue you?
No. Well, yeah.
Ooh, so you've fallen for her.
Maybe.
Eyes Wallenstein, a level 5 member of the Loki familia. She's probably the best or second best sword wielder in town. The gods have awarded her the title of Sword Princess of Aurario. Not bad.
Even I knew about that. I'd rather hear about the personal stuff. Like, what's her favorite food? And does she,
Aw, you're asking if she has a partner, aren't you?
Yeah, well, does she?
I don't think I've ever heard anything like that.
Oh, thank the gods.
But coming from a realistic standpoint, sorry, but your chances are slim to none. Remember, you've been given the blessing by Goddess Hestia, so you're part of the Hestia familia. So there would be all sorts of problems with you trying to approach such a high-level member of the Loki familia like Lady Wallenstein. Understand? Oh, don't look so upset. Why don't you cash in your magic stones? It'll cheer you up.
Fine. Here you go.
12,000 Valis. Have a nice day.
Thanks. Well, that's it for me then. I'm gonna go home.
Belle?
Hmm?
You know, it's a well-known fact that women tend to be attracted to the type of men who are strong and dependable. Maybe, if you work really hard and don't give up, a stronger version of you might impress Lady Wallenstein someday.
Yeah! Thanks, Miss Aina. I love you!
Well, look at that. Ain't that sweet? You crazy kids.
Oh. I guess I was a little too nice. Oh dear.
Belle, a promising young adventurer like you needs to find love in a dungeon. Once you rescue a young maiden from a big, ugly, terrifying beast, you'll be in her good graces. And that is what adventuring is all about.
It's just like my grandfather used to say it would be. Well, she rescued me, but still. I'm gonna do whatever it takes.
It's ready.
I'm just about finished. What's cooking?
Special bell peppers and beef. Asimov Solensen. He's our next target.
Listen, Jed.
This guy's a major player in the Syndicate. Operates all around the asteroids.
You said bell peppers and beef.
His name's Asimov Solensen. Are you listening to me?
There's no beef in here. So you wouldn't really call it bell peppers and beef, now would you?
Yes, I would.
Well, it's not!
It is when you're broke, all right?
What happened to the million Wulong reward we got for that last guy?
The repair bill for that cruiser you wrecked. And the one from that shop you trashed. And the medical bill from the cop you injured. Kill the dough! Now, 3 days ago, there was a big shootout between his group and a rival syndicate. He killed his own guys, then took off like the wind. Word is he's hiding out with some sweet thing in Tijuana.
TJ? That place is for small fries.
Yeah, well, this small fry is worth $2.5 million.
I don't feel like it.
Speaking of beef, they say in TJ, the carnitas are out of this world.
Attention, please. We will be arriving at our destination shortly. Please prepare for departure. We look forward to
Hello, and welcome to Region Locked. Games adapted from popular anime and manga aren't regularly translated and brought over to the West. This typically happens when a series isn't popular outside of Japan, but sometimes a lack of popularity clearly isn't the case. When an anime becomes popular in the USA, its games will often be localized as well, but one cult anime has 2 games to its name, which the West never saw. That series is Cowboy Bebop. Cowboy Bebop is an anime that follows a crew of space bounty hunters. The group often get themselves into unpredictable situations, leading to some interesting takes on a spacefaring future. The series' first adaptation into a video game was produced by Bandai and was released for the original PlayStation in 1998, which is fitting, as the PlayStation makes a cameo appearance in the series. The game allows you to take control of protagonist Spike Spiegel as he flies his spaceship, the Swordfish 2. The title uses a third-person perspective and has the player chase down bounties through various levels. Each location is set on rails and puts you up against an assortment of enemies along the way. At the end of each track, the player must fight a boss before collecting their reward, and bonus points can be spent between stages on upgrading the ship's weapons. Throughout the game, characters from the show will provide the player with information and tips. The cast are all voiced by their original Japanese voice actors, and the game's soundtrack was even composed by the anime's original composer, Yoko Kanno. Needless to say, the game was inspired by Nintendo's Star Fox series. The title wasn't particularly well received, with many critics citing the game's lack of real flight controls and poor graphics. There's also a total of just 6 levels, making the game very short. During our play of the game, we also felt it lacked the essence of Cowboy Bebop. Throughout the anime, Spike is shown to be foolhardy, but knows when to flee when things get too dangerous. The game pits you up against thousands of ships that are eliminated with ease, a situation that wouldn't take place in the anime. Spike never retorts back to his crew during levels, only during cutscenes, making his personality seem lost during gameplay. It would be 7 years before another Cowboy Bebop game hit the market, once again, never leaving Japan. Translated as Cowboy Bebop, Serenade of Reminiscence, the next game was created by Bandai subsidiary Banpresto. Released in 2005, the Cowboy Bebop world could now be explored as a number of different playable characters in the form of a beat-em-up brawler. The game's developers decided to create an original story exclusively for the title. While the crew are seeking out the overabundance of outlaws with bounties on their heads, the team learn about the existence of a treasure lost by the famous space pirate Captain H. The captain would steal from the rich and give to the poor, similar to Robin Hood. Spike and Jet have little interest in the treasure and think it'd be impossible to find, and so Faye seeks it out on her own. Meanwhile, Spike meets a wanted music producer who tells him of an unpublished pop song by famous singer Priscilla that was lost to the ages. Another of Priscilla's tracks, the 50-year-old record Diamonds, has made a resurgence in popularity and seems to be played almost everywhere the crew goes. The lost song, titled Pearls, is said to be a song to complement Diamonds. Spike decides to seek out the lost song, only to find the track is linked to the lost treasure in its own way. While Jet is out trying to cash in bounties to fund ship repairs, he encounters the widow of a friend from his policing days at the ISSP. Curious to learn more of his death, Jet decides to investigate the case further. All the while, 2 rookie bounty hunters, Bianca and Kent, get mixed up with the crew. Faye takes an interest in Kent after learning that he's a descendant of Captain H, and so she hopes that he'll be able to lead her to the treasure. During their hunt, gangs are out to stop the team from taking their wanted leaders, and another organization seems eager to find the mysterious treasure before anybody else. Similar to many episodes of Cowboy Bebop, there are a number of twists along the way. Each of the characters' stories are intertwined, and we're even given more background to the characters. The game is a mix of several different genres. The game's main focus is on beat-em-up style brawling. The player can combine punches and kicks and use a range of objects to defeat thugs. Intertwined with these fights are gunplay segments that let the player perform bullet time inspired moves. Throughout stages, the player may also need to perform small portions of investigation to find clues, such as hints towards key codes for locks. A few other gameplay elements are thrown into the mix, such as the player running from danger or piloting a spacecraft. The game also features a stealth-based level and a boat driving segment. Each style of gameplay was reviewed fairly poorly, with critics citing issues such as lackluster controls and a reliance on tedious memorization. One part of the game which was widely praised, however, is the segment where Jet can explore the Bebop. This allowed fans to explore the ship seen throughout the anime. The game manages to portray the overall feeling of the anime series, which is what the original PS1 title lacked. It stays true to the style of the show, only compromising in a few places to suit the gameplay. Several shots throughout the game also pay homage to the original animation. The soundtrack is mostly comprised of tracks taken from the anime series, though 3 new tracks were created for the game. These tracks would later appear on the final soundtrack for the series titled Cowboy Bebop Tank the Best. The first Cowboy Bebop title on the PlayStation 1 was probably never considered for an international release. In 1998, the anime was yet to become a cult hit in America. However, in 2004, reports online stated that Cowboy Bebop Serenade of Reminiscence was set for an international release. The game was demoed at E3 and was generally well received. Bebop was regularly aired on Adult Swim in the USA at the time, allowing for the series to garner a massive following. However, in 2004, Bandai updated the game's official English website to change the shipping date from fall 2004 to fall 2005, and at the end of 2005, updated it once more to remove the date altogether. How much of the game was localized before its cancellation remains a mystery. We attempted to contact several voice actors who worked on Bebop to see if Bandai ever approached them to work on the game, but we received no response.